Try that again. Oh, okay. Right, so we are now live on YouTube and we are live on Facebook. So good afternoon, everyone. We're going to be doing a 15-minute lesson in karate. No, 15-minute lesson in kickboxing, and then we'll do another 15-minute lesson in karate. So we'll start off with kickboxing, formal stance. Yes. Okay, so today's lesson we're going to be focusing mainly on combinations. So we're going to have three different combinations. We're going to be doing short range, mid range, and long range combinations. And we're going to look at how we adapt them according to the distance. So, for example, in a short range combination, we need to imagine the person's a lot closer to us. And if they're standing closer to us, we can't be doing long range techniques like kicks or jab crosses. We have to bring it in tighter. So we're going to start off with our left leg forward. I'm mirroring it. I've got my right leg forward. Guard up, and we're just going to start off with the lead hand hook. Okay, so on the count, 1, turn that hip. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and turn the hip. 7. So my front foot, 8, rotates. 9, 10, and change feet. Now you're going to do it on the other side. 1, other hand. 2, and turn that hip. 3, raising the elbow. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if you imagine you're hitting them around the side of the head, again, that's still close to us. So we're still going to have to stick with our close range techniques. So from that hook, we're going to drive in a rear hand uppercut. Ensure that this front hand comes to the side of the head. 1, hook, uppercut. 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 5, and I push my hip. 6, turn and push. 7, hook, uppercut. 8, 9, 10, and change legs. 1, hook, uppercut. 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm looking forward the whole time. 6, 7, 8. If I just stop there, notice how high my shoulders are. And I've got my chin down. When we're in close range, remember, we don't want to be stood like this. I don't want to keep my shoulders down. I want to use my shoulders to protect my head. So by raising the shoulders up, that helps to protect the side of my jaw. So bring the shoulders up and bring the chin down. 8, hook, uppercut. 9, and drop the chin down. 10, 1, 2, and change feet. So we're going to add on a defense. We're going to add on a defense to this combination. So the defense still needs to be a close range defense because the person hitting us is going to be in close. So I'm not going to do a lower block like this because I'm exposing myself. So what we're going to do, that sounds dodgy. So we are going to hook, uppercut, and from there we're going to roll. Now the roll I'm going to do towards the front leg. So it's going to be a very small roll. So from here, from the uppercut, if I do it with one arm, I'm moving that way. So from the uppercut, I move this way. And with the arms, I roll down into the guard and round. So I'm putting my weight more towards that left side. Remember, I'm mirroring it, my right, your left. Okay? So just slowly. 1, hook, uppercut, roll. 2, hook, uppercut, roll. 3, roll round. 4, 1, 2, roll. 5, 6, and it's just repetition. 7, so this movement becomes fluid. 8, ensure that comes to the side of your head. 9, so I always want to have one hand, or at least one hand by the side of my head. 8, 1, 2, keep that in tight. 9, hook, uppercut, keep it in tight. 10, and change legs. So whatever we do on our left, we need to balance it out. We need to be just as good on our left and on our right side. So exactly the same on this side. Remember, our stance is shorter. I'm shortening my stance when I work at close range. 1, hook, uppercut, roll towards the lead leg. 2, You can do it to the other side, but for this combination, I want it towards the lead leg. 3, 1, 2, and roll. 4, hook, uppercut, roll. 5, 6, and the hands going by the side of my temple, just there. 8, hook, uppercut, roll. 9 and 10, hook, uppercut, roll. Okay, I'm going to add one more move to that. And again, it has to be a close range move. So from here, we're going to hook, uppercut, roll, body shot. So the difference between a uppercut and a body shot. One is aiming for the jaw, the other is aiming for the body. More specifically, we're aiming for the ribs, okay? So I'll be hitting here. So let's just do it slowly. Hook, uppercut, roll, body shot, and reset back. 2, hook, uppercut, roll, body shot. So when we're sparring, imagine you've got fat 16-ounce gloves on. So we practice with our hands up here, but if you were to have big 16-ounce or even 10-ounce gloves on, that's creating a much larger surface area to protect my head. So that's why I want to get in the habit of keeping my guard here. Okay, so with padding on, that's going to come up here to protect my temple. What number was I on? We'll say 6. 6, hook, uppercut, roll, body shot. 7, 1, 2, and drive that in. 8, hook, uppercut, roll, body shot. 9 and 10. 1, 2, roll, hook, body shot. Right, change legs to exactly the same on the other side. 1, 1, 2, roll, body. 2, hook, uppercut, roll, body shot. 3, round and drive in. 4, 5, we're just going to go to 8. 6, turn the hip, roll round, punch it in. 7, 1, 2, roll, forgot what I was doing there. Now keep this hand still as that body shot fires in. See how my hip pushes into that target. 8, and there is our close range combination. Okay, so now we're going to look at mid-range. So from here, instead of the person being this distance, they're now slightly further away. So if they're slightly further away, I can't hit with a hook because my arm is bent. So by having the arm bent, it creates less distance. So I need to have a straight arm. I need to use my punches to create more distance. So we need to imagine close range, they're about here. Mid-range, about here. Long range, over there. So let's start off with a mid-range technique. So what sort of technique can I hit with someone that far away? Punches, easy. So we're going to start off double jab. So we're going to go, in fact I'm going to do my left leg forward, we're going to double jab, okay? 1. And now notice I've got a slightly longer stance, my guard has dropped ever so slightly. 2, 3, and I'm pushing my hip forward. 4, 1, push. 5, 6, jab, jab. 7, a tip with this is keep the elbow down. We don't want to be doing this punch because if I raise the elbow, I don't know if you can see that, if I do it straight towards the camera, see how it flicks. The problem with that is if I'm flicking my punch, the initial point of contact is actually going to be the side of the little finger. I want to hit with the first 2 knuckles. So therefore I need to keep the elbow down so that punch screws into their face, into the target, as opposed to flicking it out where you're more likely to hyperextend the joint. So double jab. 1, jab, jab. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And change legs. So now the same on the other side. 1, jab, jab. 2, 3, jab, jab. 4, 5, 6, keep that elbow down. 7, 8, 9, 10. and change legs. So now we're going to add on a cross, double jab, cross. So from that second jab, this front hand goes to the side of my head and then reset back. We've covered over jab, cross before. 1, jab, jab, cross. 2, 3, 4, jab, jab, cross. 5, 6, 7, 8. And change legs, exactly the same on the other side. 1, double jab, cross. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. 5, 6, 7, double jab, cross. 8, 9, 10. And change legs. Okay, so now I want to add a defense. So we need to think of a block that is most appropriate to do from this position, okay? So from here, double jab, cross, we're here, if I stand sideways. Now if I'm at punching range, I'm at a distance where I can punch them. So that means they're at a distance where they can punch me. So we're going to do a lead hand upper parry. So I'm going to pull my hip back as I retract the punch, and at the same time, what is my front hand? That hand blocks across the face. Double jab, cross, parry. Left, left, right, block. Remember, I'm mirroring it, okay? 1, double jab, cross, parry. And I pull my hips back on that block. 2, 1, 2, 3, and across. 3. So I'm not driving all the way back, it's just a small hip movement. 4, double jab, cross, parry. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, double jab, cross, 10, 1, 2, 3, move back, parry, change legs. So now you're going to do right, right, left, right. Okay, just slowly to begin with. 1, double jab, cross, move back on that parry. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and move back. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so now you can put the two together. We're not going to do it in this video, but if you were to, it would be double jab, cross, parry, hook, uppercut, roll, body shot. So you can link the two combinations. It took me a little while to figure that out. Okay, long range combinations. Think of a long range combination. So now we're in a position where the person can't hit us cleanly with a punch because they're too far away. This is where we need to use our legs, but we need to use our legs effectively. Okay, so what I mean by that is if I kick like this and land, I'm likely to get hit because there was no control. I flung my kick round in a manner that if they were to block or I was going to miss, when I land, look, I'm going to get hit. Unless you're fighting someone very, very bad, they are going to hit you. So I need to kick and be able to control the movement in a way that means I'm not putting myself in more danger. Okay? So we're going to start with a very simple combination. This one is just going to start with a rear leg front kick, but we're going to land here. So we're going to do this kick and land next to the other foot. With regards to our arms, don't move them. So keep the arms still. 1, kick, land, and then just reset. 2, kick, land. 3, raise the knee up, kick forward and back. 4, and reset. 5, lift the knee up, kick forward, land, and then just reset. 6, you'll see why in a second. I'm landing it here. 8, and change feet, same on the other side. 1, and reset back. 2, raise that knee up, kick, land, and reset. 3, 4, so I'm pushing into the body. 5, into the body, land, and reset. 6, 2 more. 7, and try not to move your arms. 8. Okay, so the reason we're landing the foot there is for the next move. The next move we're going to do a roundhouse kick. Now, depending on your ability, adjust the height of your kick accordingly. So what I mean by that is, if you're not comfortable in kicking high, that's fine, just take the kick lower. For example, at thigh level. If you're more confident, take your kick up to the body, or if you're amazing, we'll take it up to head level. So kick within the ability that you're training at. Okay, so 1, kick, land. Lift this foot up, turn, roundhouse kick, and back. So it goes kick, land, turn. 4, then if I was to land further forward. 5, kick, land, kick. So my hands, you notice my hands are a bit lower as well. I don't need to have my guard up here because we're fighting at slightly longer range. 6, front kick, roundhouse. 7, front kick, roundhouse. 8, and one more, 10. And now we're going to change feet, so balance it out, same on the other side. 1, body, turn the hip roundhouse. 2, and again if you want to, by all means do it lower. 3, but the main thing is that we turn our hip when you do that roundhouse. 4, front kick, turn that hip. 5, 6, now try and keep this shoulder back. 7, body kick, roundhouse kick. 8, 9, 10. Okay, so those are 3 different combinations at 3 different ranges. Higher grades, if you want to, you can put them all together, which, let me think about this, it will be front kick, roundhouse kick, jab, jab, cross, parry, hook, uppercut, roll, body shot. Let me do that again. So it will go like that. So you see how we change the distance as we move forward. 1 long range, mid range, close range. Okay, just one more time. Long range, mid range, close range. No, that wasn't right. Hook, uppercut, roll, body shot. Okay, so make sure you give that a go. Remember, you can rewind this. Apart from that, formal stance. Yes, and I will see you next week. Those doing karate, give me 20 seconds to get changed and we'll start our karate lesson. If you haven't, please be sure to like and subscribe to our channel. Right, karate, 20 seconds. And I'm done. Okay. Oh, I swear the first time I did that was my record and I have not beaten that time. I do apologise. So, those of you who've just joined in, hello. Running a little bit late, I apologise, I got a bit excited doing kickboxing. So, today we're just going to do a little 15-minute karate lesson. Now, last week we were looking at changing from basic combinations to fighting combinations. Ooh, there's a fly. Oh, I actually got it, that is no joke, I actually got that fly. We were looking at changing from basic combinations and adapting them into fighting combinations, okay? This week, we're going to spend a little bit of time looking at self-defense movements, the difference between self-defense and competition techniques, the difference between self-defense and competition techniques. When I say competition, I mean obviously sparring, okay? So, Masugadashi, heels together, and way. So, we need to think of 2 different ways of fighting in karate. Think of 2 different ways of fighting. On this side, we've got sparring, kumite, okay? Competition fighting, fighting for trophies, fighting to get points. In this style of fighting, you need to fight under a set of rules. There are referees. You have protective equipment. You're fighting wearing a karate gi, okay? And you're only fighting one person. You're not fighting a group of people. There are a set of rules you must fight under, and it must be controlled. Uncontrolled techniques will be punished. On this side, we've got self-defense, okay? And now self-defense can be hitting two people, having two attackers at the same time, maybe more. There are no rules. You could be wearing, well, you could be wearing whatever. You could be on your night out clothes or your day clothes. You don't know what you're wearing because we don't know when, unfortunately, these situations occur. And also we don't know where they're going to be. Competition takes place at a competition. You've got a padded floor, whereas when we look at self-defense, that can happen at any different location. So we need to think of how we adapt our movements according to what's around us, the terrain, what we're wearing, what the attackers are wearing as well. Okay, so that's what we're going to look at today. Now we're going to start off on this side looking at kumite. So make that fighting stance. So from here, kizami, head and then body. Ich, 1, 2. Knee, drive that punch in. San, push that hip. Shi, go, rook. The reason I pull that punch back tight, because the referee is more likely to score me a point by pulling back. Change legs. Ich, so if I pull back, knee, the referee is more likely to score it. San, if it were to hit. Shi, go, keep the head back. Rook, sich, ach, ko, jump. And change legs. Now this time, imagine the person we're sparring against goes to kick us. So we block that kick and then drive in kizami gag. Ich, block, kizami gag. Knee, san, block, 1, 2. Shi, go, rook. And change feet, other side. Ich, knee, block, 1, 2. San, shi, go, rook, block, kizami gag. Sich, ach, and change legs. And now from that gag, we're going to maigiri and land forward. So we're going to chase them down with that combination. So we go block, kizami gag, maigiri land forward. Okay? Ich, block, 1, 2, kick, and reset back. Knee, block, kizami gag, maigiri. San, shi, lift that knee up on the front kick. Go, and back, rook, and change feet. So now you've got the other side. Ich, and reset back. Knee, so we're fighting under a set of rules. San, within our governing body. Shi, go, block, 1, 2, maigiri land forward, rook. Okay, so there's a simple example of a kumite, a competition-based combination. Now we're going to look on the other side, we're going to look at a self-defense scenario. So from here, first of all, we're not going to be stood in a fighting stance. Why do I not want to be stood in a fighting stance? Because if I'm stood here, about to punch someone, they know I'm going to hit them. So I need to be able to hit them from this position here. I need to be able to hit someone when I'm looking most vulnerable. From here, I'll be applying different movements. So instead of doing a front kick up into the body, I can do it lower into the shin. Instead of doing a roundhouse kick up to the head, I can do it lower into the knee, try and pop the knee out. Okay, so we're going to start off with a couple of basic strikes and we'll look at adapting them for self-defense. So from here, we're just going to do it in furudachi, chidanejate. 1, elbow strike. 2, 3, so this is 4, orange belt above. 5, 6, 7, up into the ribs. 8, 9, 10. And now Joe down up to the head. 1, 2, raise the elbow over. 3, 4, bring that elbow. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so there's our core movement, but we need to make it realistic. In a realistic fight, you're not going to stand there waiting for someone to attack so you can hit them with an elbow. So what we're going to do from here is we're going to stand completely relaxed and we're going to drive that elbow in here, and that's coming up into the ribs. We're going to hit ribs and then round the head with the other arm. If I do that slowly, the geese coming apart. That's why I didn't have time to do the toggles up at the side, I do apologise. So if I do that slowly, I'm going up into the ribs and then driving round with the other arm. Okay, so nice and relaxed. 1, ribs, head. 2, ribs, head. 3, Chidanajate. 4, 1, 2. And now we're going to do that fast. Itch. So take over. Knee, 1, 2. Stand. And make sure I'm still pushing my hip in. I'm not just raising the elbow up. I'm initiating that hip movement to create more power behind it. Take 1, 2. And one more. Jaw, 1, 2. And now we're going to do it on the other side. So now we're going to do it on the other side. 1, 1, 2. 2, so hit with the right, then with the left. 3, right, left. Okay, now fast. Itch. Knee, turn, drive up. San. Shi. Go, 1, 2. Rook, 1, 2. Okay, so there, for example, is how we can take a basic strike and change it into a practical, realistic movement. Okay, we're going to do that once more. I'm going to use a kick actually. We'll take a basic. Maigiri. So from here, itch, just chida maigiri. Knee. San. How we do it in basics? Shi. Go. Rook. And now we're going to apply it for a self-defense movement. So instead of kicking up into the solar plexus, we're going to keep lower. Still doing a maigiri, so I'm still raising the knee up and extending, but we're attacking the knees, either just above or just below the kneecap. So I kick, land forward slightly, chudan, joban, hajate. Okay? So from this nice relaxed position, 1, kick, 1, 2. So imagine the person's quite close to us. 2, maigiri, chudan, joban. 3, kick, 1, 2. 4, and 5, kick, 1, 2. And now we're going to do it on the other leg. So, itch, kick, chudan, jodan. Knee, kick, 1, 2. And the reason, like I said earlier, I'm not starting in this position is because you imagine someone's right in your face. So from here you might be backed up against the wall and you're kicking as fast as possible, but without looking down and without telegraphing your movement. So I'm keeping my upper body as still as possible, kicking in the knee. Obviously that's going to get that sort of reaction, and that's when I drive in with the continuation of that attack. Itch, kick, 1, 2. Knee, kick, 1, 2. San, shi, go. Now obviously depending on how far they move, that will change the technique that you're doing. So I'm just giving a basic example. But if we imagine the person moves back further, then I'm not going to hit with an elbow, I'll hit with a punch. So depending on where they move, how far back they move, that will determine the most appropriate technique you hit with. But there's a few good examples of how we adapt our movements from competition, doing maigiri up to the body, to self-defense, where we're kicking lower into the kneecap. Okay? So we're just going to cover over those two combinations once more. So now let's go back in that fighting stance. So if you remember the previous one, it was block, block, kizami yak, Maigiri. Here's me asking you if you remember, and I've already forgotten. Ich, block, Zamigak, Maigiri, down forward. Knee. By means, you can always add on extra movements. I'm just running out of space here. San, block, Zamigak, Maigiri. Shi, block, Zamigak, Maigiri. And now, other leg. Ich. Reset. Knee, block, 1, 2, kick. San. And one more, Shi. Okay, now go back to that self-defense combination. You're going to kick with the right leg. Kick, elbow, elbow. Okay, ich, kick 1, 2. Knee. San, kick 1, 2. So that's kicking low to the knee. Shi, kick 1, 2. Change legs. Ich, kick 1, 2. Knee. San. Why is my hand back here? This one, ready to hit him after. Shi. And one more. Go. Good. And yamai. Just relax there. Excellent. So be sure on our channel to subscribe and like. If you're on Facebook, appreciate a like on that. Masudachi. Yes. Catch you guys next week. Enjoy the rest of your day. And now I'm going to stop you on Facebook. Finish.